Spring in a Small Town is often ranked as China's best movie of all time. The movie, featuring only 5 cast members, tells a simple but touching story of a married woman and a man from her past that shows up in her life all of a sudden. It's a great movie with themes of loyalty, what could have been, what's the right thing to do versus what the heart feels. And the movie also is a product of its time, as you can see China after both World War II, a Japanese invasion, and the Civil War. From a filmmaking and directing perspective, I love 2 scenes in this movie. The first scene is when the woman, her husband, her former flame, and the husband's little sister are paddling a boat. I love the blocking. First of all, this song is a famous Kazakh folk song that this movie made famous. Beyond this beautiful tune, the blocking perfectly shows the emotions of the characters. Here's what I wrote when I was in college when I analyzed this film. Dai Liyan sits with his sister Dai Xiu in the front of the boat. They enjoy this boat ride and are oblivious to the past relationship of Zhou Yuwen and Zhang Zhichen. Zhou Yuwen sits in the middle, troubled by her failing relationship with her husband and feeling drawn more and more toward her old flame, Zhang Zhichen. Zhang Zhichen is in the back, not only an outsider to the family's affairs, but also feeling a distance to his childhood friend, Dai Liyuan, because his old love is now married to his old friend. Zhichen is also trying to prevent himself from spoiling Yuwen and Li Yan's marriage, so he's purposely trying to keep a distance from Zhou. The blocking of this scene perfectly symbolizes the relationship structure and the emotions of the 5 characters. My second favorite scene happens later on in the story. At this point, the husband has grown suspicious that something has been happening between his wife and his childhood friend, her former flame. The movie expertly uses a concept called mise-en-scène to create frames within the frame, using a door to show an increasing barrier, an increasing disconnect between the husband and the wife. They're literally of 2 different rooms, 2 different universes, 2 different spaces. And one has to go into the other space for them to really start to get to know each other again. In this case, the husband is the one that steps outside the door and discovers something potentially going on between his childhood friend and his wife. Eventually, after some more drama, Zhou Yuwen's old flame and Dai Liyan's childhood friend, Zhang Zhichen, does leave, and the married couple stays faithful and committed to each other. Beyond just an examination of relationships, this movie represents what could have been. Everyone, not just from a relationship standpoint, from a career standpoint, from a living geography standpoint, can probably trace from your childhood what ifs. And beyond that, sometimes we are reminded of a what if, / maybe even given some opportunity to experience the what if. That type of experience, that type of time, however fleeting, is still something we all treasure. That's the power of the human experience. If we had to go back and redo it, many of us might not redo it the same way. But there's only one life to live. So do you live it with regret? Do you live it with honor? What do you value? What do you treasure as the clock winds down? These are all themes that came to my heart as I watched this movie. And I'm sure you will have thoughts and revelations when you watch this movie for yourself. I don't know if I consider this the best Chinese movie, but I definitely consider this a very, very good Chinese movie. And I highly recommend you watch this whole movie. Let me know what you think if you've watched this movie, if this is your first time hearing about this movie. And I look forward to your thoughts. Thank you guys. Thank you, Professor Paul Masaris, for believing in my artistic abilities and reading when I first reviewed this movie back in college.